Hello and welcome, my name is Sheep Thief and today I'll be coming at you with a Warno 1v1 multiplayer online replay YouTube video. Let's play online 1v1 analysis video. Yeah, so this is this match, as you can see, is on the lovely the bleak airport duel map. As you can see, there are fires burning in this once beautiful city somewhere in, I want to say Germany, although it looks, yeah, maybe like the flatter parts of Germany. We're up here on the hill taking our taking a view in, but that is enough of that. Let's check out the deployments. So we've got me over here playing, I'm going to speed it up a bit. I'm playing the 11th Armored Cav, and then over here we have our friend Trash Sultan, who is playing the 5E Division Blindée. So he's starting with a ton of AMXs, a lot of Milans. Okay, let's slow this down so we can assess this. Actually, we're going to slow it way down so I can finish doing this. He's got a Roland command vehicle, forward operating base, or whatever that thing is. Some Voltigeur, 2 Voltigeurs, Milans, yeah. I, on the other hand, have 2 Jammer Helis, 2 Cobras, 2 German ladies. These lovely women have done a lot for me in these games. They're actually excellent. I have good luck with them. Good luck with the German ladies. And then, of course, my favorite opening, the double A10 Warthog rush. And then you can't see that I have 2 fighter jets. So that's enough of that. We will let it go at full speed now. So this map I think is pretty good for the A10 rush because I think from what I've learned so far, the A10 rush is good when there are only a few roads that they can get to that you can predict. So the more narrow roads are better. A Mirage comes out to attack these A10s. They get a kill on the AMX and they fire at the Mirage and they don't get it, and it evacs successfully, I believe. So my A10s got a little distracted with that. We did get the AMX, but it would have been nice to get them along this path here. So I think one of the keys to being good at this this strategy is to, okay, so this one starts evacing, but that Mirage gets shot down, so that's good for us. This AT is still good, but anyway, what I was saying is that if you can get good at noticing which road they're coming down and positioning the A10s to be flying along it, that's how you can get a ton of kills with them. So this was not like a huge success. We got a plane and we got a fighter. We did have to buy another fighter of our own, which is always painful with the A10 rush because that means that, like, take a look at my units here. I've got some German ladies, a spy or a recon helicopter. We do get a kill on the Dragon Pairs, which is a really good kill. Those are expensive units. The Roland opens up on the A10. Turning low on ammo. It has been hit. Anyway, yeah, just take a look at the current state of the battlefield. I've got 1 Cobra left, some German ladies, a Stinger, and then 3 planes flying around in the air, but that's about it. So I think if you're curious about how to fight against this, don't panic and push forward. Be aggressive, because it's, especially if they buy a 3rd fighter, because it's going to be a while before any of my units get on the map. So finally I've got some Heimatschützen coming up. I move forward with the fighters, and one thing that I'm going to add to the A10 to my A10 strategy is making sure that I'm doing strafing runs with the fighters in the beginning, because these things are no joke. Like, they come in here, they miss that command vehicle, but these things can kill stuff. So don't forget to use them on the ground, especially if you win the air. They all run out of fuel, but they could have been getting way more kills this whole time. Win the air fight and then do that. So anyway, I get a command vehicle coming up. Get this thing slowing down the tick pretty well. Often with the A10 rush you lose the beginning tick pretty hard, but this isn't too bad. Cobra moves up, comes into range of a Mistral, gets a nasty hit, opens up on these Voltigeur, but it's really stressed out. We do get out of range of the Mistral. I'll hide this for now. I'll bring it up if there's like a huge lull, but so the tick is on his side. There's not a lot of movement. It's one thing that I've noticed repeatedly with these A10 rushes is that the people I'm playing against are very sort of what's the word? I want to use the word subdued, but I don't mean that in like a defeated way, but it's like a sort of they're startled, I think is a better way to put it. They're like startled and cautious, when I think in retrospect, looking at these replays, the wise thing to do is to not be cautious, but instead push forward and take territory, because if these were pushing forward, all of these Heimatschützen would be in questionable, like I'd have to be way far back. Sets up more Mistrals, maybe being a little like this is a lot of AA. Roland opens up on the jammer heli, gets a hit. Jammer heli routes, and it misses. Honestly, this isn't. I'm okay with that. This thing's down to. Oh, those things have a lot of missiles. Okay. I learned that these are not radar missiles, so Rolands don't buy seeds against them. But these are. These are radar guided, so it's kind of weird. I'm not really sure how much of these are worth either. Anyway, yeah, kind of this is often what happens with the A10 rush. Gets a little slow here, and then they make the mistake of not pushing forward, and I'm allowed to get these, like these Heimatschützen can really buy you time. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get that, and look how far back I'm getting him. Like I'm expecting him to be pushing in, but he's not. A SEAD course is overhead looking for AA installations, of which I have none. Which is, I guess, fortunate for me because he bought the SEAD, but it's also not so fortunate because he, like with a helicopter right now, he could be doing some damage. He really seems to be going for a kind of a very defensive line here. And then one huge mistake. Okay, so this, I think, so I have a tick. I could be having such a bigger tick, but I was playing like right here with my screen, like right here, like this, and I completely forgot about this sector for the whole game. So we're gonna count and see how long I could have been +2. Honestly, it might not in retrospect have been too bad, because I think if I'd been +2 he would have been more worried and pushed forward, and what he should be doing is pushing forward, and I am not ready for that. And so maybe it was a good thing that I held back here, but it wasn't an intentional thing, and I think the general wisdom would be to go ahead and take that. M1A1 ACAV is on the field now. This is a great unit that is unique to the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment, the 11th ACR. Heimatschützen and these Voltigeur get in a fight. Heimatschützen are reservists, or sort of not particularly experienced or what's the word? Not very experienced or like dedicated soldiers, but they can do a lot. They are great units in my opinion. They have this anti-tank thing. Gliding around with 3 F-16s. He sends out a Mirage, heading for the Warthog. I try to kill the Roland, and oh no, I do get it. Okay, so the second one hits. But my Warthogs, one of my Warthogs lives. The SEAD fails to kill it. And the F-16s fail to kill the the SEAD. I guess I evac'd them right there, perhaps unwisely. The Roland going down, I thought it didn't go down. I think that might have been kind of unlucky, but there are better ways to kill a Roland than a double A-10 Warthog. But I send out a SEAD thinking I'm gonna kill another Roland, but I was asking my friend during this game whether or not Rolands are radar guided, and he was like, yeah, I think so. He like Googled it, but apparently they're not. And but this AMX-13, lo and behold, was. So the SEAD did kill something there, but just not quite what I thought it was going to kill. M1A1 ACAV pushes up here and starts pushing away these, or it finishes off these Voltigeur, and then it kind of is holding this line right here. And starts to lay down fire on the city. Both of us are still like being very cautious. One thing I'm noticing for Trash Sultan is a lack of recon. He has his VAB right here. There's one right here too. But let's take a look at what he can see. Nothing. You can see this helicopter over here. Oops. No, wait. Ah! Terrible. Okay. Okay, so he does push forward along this road right here. It looks like both of us have sort of shaken our heads and slapped ourselves in the faces for a couple seconds. The sort of the daze, the haze, the malaise of the A-10 rush is worn off, and here we have gotten ourselves into a regular game of Warno here. Voltigeurs move forward. Heimaschützen in the building do stun them. This Martyr over here catches out the Voltigeur. They're in trouble. Chasseurs start opening up on the Heimaschützen. A-10 Cav is shooting at them. Milan over here takes care of a Martyr that was out there in the open field. Panzer Grenadiers not in a good position. Heimaschützen are finally getting beaten down by these Grenadier Voltigeur. Chasseurs slowly getting worn out. Grenadier Voltigeur get into the building. Milan in this big skyscraper right here gets a hit on, or no, attacks the Milan, and I pop smoke. This M1A1 ACAV should be firing at the Milan, but instead it is trying to kill these Chasseurs that are out in the open here. Another ATGM comes and I decide to pop smoke. Don't want to deal with that, dying. It seems like the push is largely failed, but he does succeed in taking this building across from here. Not a good loss to have. Milan gets stunned by a Milan. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Martyr, I mean, gets stunned by a Milan. Over here, the Heimaschützen push forward. Yeah. SEAD out here. Something just saw... What are they shooting at? Oh, yes, the Heimaschützen. I tried to send the Heimaschützen forward to kill the Milan. And that's what that unit was blocked by something. Engineers forward, definitely a tougher unit to have in this forward position than the Heimaschützen. Voltigeurs and the M1A1 ACAV start getting in a fight. M1A1's over here, also killing these Grenadier Voltigeurs. I'm not sure how good these units are. They have... Looks like they're reasonably big. And they have a Apila. Engineers sort of less, I guess, not as good. Oh no, they're in the wrong building. I should have put them there. Definitely needed to withdraw, but wasn't really... I guess recording this, I always thought I sent them there, so that must have been a misclick. This is a bad place for them to be. They needed to be here. M1A1 ACAV moves forward, so that was a bad loss right there. Definitely a bad loss. Need to remember there are two buildings there, not one. Just look at these buildings. There's like a... This is an airport here. So there's like this... What is this thing? They're calling this a building. This looks like a bunker. And then there's like an air traffic control tower. So, a bit of an indecisive situation here. He does get control of the sector, the tick going to hit in his favor. Both of us still content to build up. I'm very content to build up. I still feel quite behind. And honestly, like him pushing forward like this is starting to be good for me because I have created kind of a web here. This M1A1 is out of position for sure. Some of this stuff needs some repair. I should probably be thinking about coming around the flank, but I'll show you what I see just for scientific purposes. My vision, I feel like, isn't that bad. The German ladies do a great job of getting vision. Meanwhile, his view of me, not as good. Not quite sure why that is. I think mainly the German ladies. The German ladies and maybe like some positioning in the buildings. But I'm seeing a big build up here. Yeah. Yeah, this airport. This map, just for your information, this map is the bane of my existence. I am not at one with this map. It has caused me nothing but woe. Command zone captured. I finally noticed this, which stabilizes the tick, and I was kicking myself so hard, like I would be so much further ahead. But honestly, no, I'm not going to cope, but I will say that maybe there is a possibility that it encouraged this build-up as opposed to a push, which is what he should have done. So if you want to interpret my not getting this sector for the last 15 minutes as a sign of four-dimensional chess playing, then that is your decision. If that is what you want to, if that is the lore that you choose to ascribe to when it comes to Sheep Thief's playing of this game, then that is okay with me. Alright, so AMX has moved forward. This Milan has to smoke and back up. These Heimatschützen are doomed, but they're kind of doing what Heimatschützen are supposed to do, which is getting me information. And they should start to rout on their own if they don't utterly fail. I think I might pull them out here, fire something somewhere. No, it looks like they're just going to fight to the death and die. Maybe should have pulled that out. M1A1 Abrams is trying to push up here. I'm having trouble with this line of sight here. I wanted them to kind of get like this, although honestly looking at that, that's not too good. Bit of a fight breaking out here. Engineers have a machine gun, I believe. Yeah, so they're not terrible at long ranges. M1A1 gets view of this AMX. This is good for me. Engineers doing what they can. AMX continues to live. Voltigers fighting these engineers. Milan fires at my M1A1 Abrams, and this AMX is still not down. It finally goes down, but that Milan is making me a little nervous, and these engineers have paid the price for this M1 Abrams sort of incompetence. Looks like their ATGM fire continues to distress my M1A1 Abrams, and these engineers do unfortunately pay the price. I think we came out on top point-wise there, but I think maybe I was getting a little bit of bad luck. I pushed further forward. Hello. Oh yeah, that's fine. So Dragon Paras, why are they called Dragon Paras? Do they not have the like dragon thing? I thought dragons were like a anti-tank thing. Okay, so we get stunned by this accursed Milan up here. Maybe that would have been a good place for a laser-guided bomb. We get a command vehicle over here. Cluster bomber comes out, and I see it and try to pop smoke and get through the trees here. Although I think as a policy, you should not go into trees because those will slow you down, and you just want to put distance there. I've had more luck with going forward, but I was right at the edge here. Although honestly, yeah, we would have come into range of this anti-tank thing. I think just backing up along the road was the ideal play there, but I got really lucky and got away one hit with this M1A1. AMX-10 coming around here. I'm pulling this back to the. Okay, that didn't survive. All right, for some reason I thought that made it back and got healed. So this AMX is there to finish off that Abrams. Nice flanking maneuver here by Trash Sultan. Commandos push up and get stunned almost immediately. The build-up continues, and this build-up is starting to be in my favor, I would say. Although the sheer number of Milans is going to make it hard for me to push. And right now, if he's going for a draw, that's fine. But like eventually, because I do have a tick, he's going to have to push forward. So this really is in my favor, considering that he is obligated to push in this situation, and pushing he is. AMX 10 pushes up, Panzer Grenadier holding off the Grenadier Voltigeur. M1A1 ACAV shuts down that AMX. I start getting mortar fire in here, and as you can see, the fight has started to break out. Bloody engagement right here. 1 ACAV starts firing here. Cobra gets hit by this AMX-13 along with the jammer, and the Cobra goes down just barely, and then the jammer goes down. 2 helicopters down, although we did kill, I think these are 2 AMXs right here. I'm going to try to zoom out a little more so we do this better. I'm starting to get mortar fire. I'm a little curious how this did. This is the first time I've seen the replay. Oh, good. Okay, so yeah, these mortars are doing work. They killed that that accursed Milan right there. Martyr gets the AMX right here and the anti-heli vehicle. Command M1A1 Abrams continues to take out a lot of this stuff down here, and this flank is shut down. Although it did damage to me for sure. TPZ Green Archer, those are tiny 25-point recon like mini tanks that are pretty easily killed, but honestly I don't think they're bad. They soak up an ATGM missile, and they have great optics, and they're kind of like fast and can get in buildings and stuff. So I don't see them as a total waste. But I could, if someone thinks that I should take them out of my deck, let me know in the comments. They're sort of space creators in my opinion. Mortars continue to rain down. These mortars, I think, I'm curious how they did it. We'll look at the stats and how they did. They're definitely causing trouble. I've went for the HE route as opposed to the smoke route, given that I just noticed this build-up of troops, especially in the center there, where I was like, okay, I don't want to go into like a million Milans like that, so I'm just gonna push. I'm gonna sit back and shoot them with mortars. And yeah, it looks like they are doing something. He, in response, does get a artillery piece up, some kind of howitzer. Yes. And at this point, we are continuing to get our lead, and this is what we want. Although we are looking a little ragged in here. I think, again, in retrospect, easy to say from the replay perspective, but he should have pushed further up. Should have pushed up right to the edge. Cluster bomb comes out on these 2 units right here, and a Command A1 Abrams does go down. We shoot down a seed and another seed. So that's that. Well, actually, not a terrible trade, point-wise, but those Command M1A1 Abrams shouldn't be thrown away lightly. The artillery duel begins. His howitzer is starting to fire at my mortars. Boom. Stresses that one out and stuns it. And it takes me a couple tries here, but I kind of got in the rhythm of like move order and then fire order, move our order and then fire order, and just like tried to keep a constant rain of mortars. Although it seems like if they're stressed or something, their accuracy goes way down. Although it might be some kind of like vision optics thing. Not really sure. We got a hit on that, which is sort of what I wanted. But this thing is too tanky to kill with mortars like consistently. But honestly, with these shooting constantly, I'm okay with that, just to soak up ammunition from this, I would be much less happy if he was attacking my infantry or tanks or anything. But these mortars are not that important to me, so him chasing after the mortars like that is absolutely fine with me. Chasing after the mortars with his artillery, that is. A fight opens up here as he pushes some chasseurs forward. AMX-10 Milan also moving forward, trying to get a shot on something. I'm going to zoom out here. This battle's so big. Continuing to hit the back here. Chasseurs are pushed out and do go down. Good kill for us. The Chasseurs aren't bad. They are not bad at all. Mortars, he goes after this mortar this time. I move it. Yeah. So just a massive build up here. Like, let's just get a look here. Units streaming forward. This place is infested with French forces all over the place. I'm not sure what I think about these. These are just machine guns. I think they're cheap, but I was not particularly impressed by them. Start getting some LRS squads to continue to improve my vision. Let's take a look at the vision difference. So he sees some vehicles. He sees this. I don't know why he wouldn't shoot that. I see this in here, but nothing else. So yeah, both of us kind of have no idea what's going on here. I can't believe he saw that and didn't try to kill it. Cluster bomber comes forward. There is a distinct lack of AA. There's an IHawk, but that was rather lackluster, and he does get that M1A1 Abrams. Looks like that was a bad day for a lot of things. Dismount troopers got killed as well. Panzer Grenadier, open up on the commandos. I'm curious about these commandos. What do they have? Oh, those are crazy weapons. But they are out in the open, where they don't want to be. These Panzer Motors are a small squad, but they can do quite a bit. Panzer Grenadier Martyrs is what I would say there. Yeah, he's still not attacking that, which is allowing me to continue to tick forward. He's going after the mortars, but this time I'm onto him and I back up, if I may say, somewhat deftly. And as those land uselessly, I just go ahead and open up again. Here they come. Yeah, still landing. Ammo still being wasted. We can sit there and enjoy the show. But now these mortars start to unload on my commander here, which is not cool. We'll follow this this commander. He tries to sort of relocate. Then, as you can see, the ATGM snakes across this airport and blows it up. And it burns horribly. And I lose control of this sector. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have been so complimentary of myself, because those just automatically got hit again. But I'm much more okay with this howitzer fire hitting my mortars than hitting my actual troops. Stunned. Hits. And stunned again. Barely make it out. I like the little shockwave. It kind of reminds me of like Vietnam. There's Vietnam footage where you can see a shockwave of bombs going off. And the buildup is getting bigger. I need to figure out a way to get this back under my control to secure this this lead. Panzermörser continuing to rain fire down on my opponent. As you can see, it's sort of like way less accurate. I'm not really sure what the mechanic there exactly is. If someone can tell me, it's always appreciated. Be very appreciated. Any information that anyone gives in the Sheep Gang family is appreciated. This Eyehawk is dangerously close to getting hit. Yeah, so this is now a little difficult. I'm a little unclear with how I'm going to get some kind of command vehicle into there. And this is just turning into an artillery duel. We can watch the exchanges, and those mortars are the only artillery I have, so this isn't exactly what I want. But I do notice a smoke attack, and my response to this, perhaps stupidly, is to advance into it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and I want you guys to take bets on who you think is going to win. So if you're here, down in the comments, bet on who you think is going to win. So I'll give you a second to bet. And just to give you context, he's used smoke, so I sense an attack incoming, and I can see a bunch of things suddenly moving forward. My response is to move forward into his charge, so to basically countercharge. And so I'll let you guys guess on who's going to win this. I'll give you a pass over both sides if you want to take a look, kind of to get the general idea. Two big armies. Let's see who wins. We'll hide the panel. So I move forward, sort of past his smoke. Heimatschützen immediately come under fire. There's an immediate sort of loss of life. AMX and commanders are destroyed. A BGS German girl squad goes down. M3A2 Bradley goes down. M1A1 Abrams goes down. The sheer number of Milans is impressive. AMX 30 goes down. AMX 13 DCA goes down. M1 Abrams goes down. Cluster bomber goes off. Fires at something. I'm not really sure what I was firing at there. Laser guided bomb goes down. Milan M1A1's. There's just a bloodbath here. I'm gonna get a scenic view just for fun. War has this has turned into a major battle. Losses on both sides. AMX is dying everywhere. A lot of dead. A lot of like infantry is worse for wear. AMX 30 Dragon Pairs, Mistrals, AB, M2HB. Those are those machine guns. M1 Abrams fighting. Milan's firing off everywhere, and it's just a mess. I'm pushing into this smoke. Panzermörser destroyed, so that was one of the mortars. Roland 2 Mistral, stuff's going down here. I give an order to just kind of push through, which I don't know if that was a mistake or not. I think I should have maybe just stayed here, but I wanted to like shut down all this stuff. M1A1s, M1A1 ACAP, M1A1, so the tanks are starting to go down to all these ATGMs. And as you can see back here, my opponent does have a kind of backbone of AMXs. And so I thought that when I'd smash through his front line, I was good, but instead M1A1s, M1A1 CP, mortars down, M1A1s, M3A2 Bradley, M1A1s, LRS, Panzer Grenadier, LRS. So it looks like I bashed through his front kind of line right there, but then ran into a kind of backbone, and at this point I just pulled back, and there's just death for me. So all of my infantry starts going down at this point. LRS, dismounted troopers, Heimatschützen, German ladies, Heimatschützen, Panzermörser. For some reason my mortars are moving forward, and 3 dismounted troopers go down, and the attack is now this is now really bad for me. So my counter push was a gigantic failure. We can look at the aftermath here. Smoke everywhere, and the French player is moving forward. This entire city is in flames, and I am greatly diminished. These infantry are running for their lives, trying to make it across this airport of death as hell chases behind them at their heels. I'm literally kicking myself, shocked that I lost so hard right there, and being like, why did I do that? So, just for the record, the correct thing to do would have been to let him attack and run into my wall of like infantry and tanks and everything. I don't know why I countercharged there. I think I just had like a testosterone spike or something, but it was... This game does not reward testosterone. If there's any game there's some games that I think testosterone is useful for, but this game is definitely not one of them at all. This game rewards patience and risk aversion, and not sort of Pickett's charge behavior. So I just Pickett's charged into all that, and basically through the game. But it's not over yet. So I am ahead on points. I do have some M1 Abrams yet left, and I did do some damage to him right there. That was like, he is looking pretty good, but he is diminished. He is diminished. He pushes forward. And at this point I'm thinking, okay, it's time to make my last stand here, and I see this situation here as an opportunity. They want to push here, and there is a line, there's an avenue through here where I can engage him with these 3 tanks in a line. And I can't believe it, but here we go. So my M1A1 CP moves forward. He has a +2. I will lose the game. There's enough time for him to at least draw. M1A1 moves forward, M1 ACAV moves forward, and here we go. That AMX goes down, and time is now of the essence. So I push forward with the M1A1 ACAV up against this A10. SEAD tries to do something, and fails, as usual, with my SEADs. I think at this point, I'm trying to push forward with my M1A1. I'm trying to get 3 tanks to bear here. For some reason I was kind of forgetting about this, and this should have been repairing right there, and from my recollection of the game, I remember thinking, okay, I'm going to get 3 tanks and go along this airport, this runway. The battle of the runway, here we go, and it begins. M1A1 opens up, M1 ACAV opens up, and this is this is just basic military stuff. You want to face the enemy, and I'm basically flanking this line of troops right here. All of his infantry is over here. M1 ACAV gets hit by mortars, and he starts backing up. I bring forward tow cobras. He does have a Roland. M1A1 pushes forward, and I'm about to get this, and I'm realizing that this is kind of open, and I'm sensing weakness. He, I think, is realizing the problem here too. He pops smoke, and at this point I'm like, okay, I'm going to push straight through this. I think that this might be the moment. M1A1 ACAV and 2 Command M1A1 Abrams are about to make the heroic push. Tow Cobras open up. Roland 2 goes down. I think I targeted that attack. Tow Cobra is now free fire. M1A1 ACAB needs to push along here, but again, this sort of flanking movement is working really well. Tow Cobra opens up on that. AMX, honestly, it goes down. So everything in here is dying. there's nothing that can kill these 3 tanks. He does get a Milan shot over here, but it runs out of ammo, and he loses vision. VBL Milan opens up right here, but these are okay. Does this have any... This has AT. Can it get a kill? It gets in the building, but it just has like the perfectly wrong vision. And I push over here as it comes around the other side where it can... he must not be attack moving. So he was trying to move and he didn't get off his thing. And with 2 minutes left, I will just like tell you at this point that, well, we'll get it to the very end. So we succeed in driving him away from these 2 points and get the +2 back. Now we're gonna have to do some math to figure out if I would have won this right here. But we'll pause it and I'll do the math really quick. Where's my phone? So at this point, this was a complete disaster for him. We pushed forward with 3 tanks here and completely cleared the runway, getting a lot of kills. And so I think that the error here was he didn't move his infantry forward. He needed to move forward after that attack. If all of this infantry had been in here halfway through that wouldn't have been possible. I'm not seeing a lot of Milans, but there were enough Milans that he could have shut that down. But let's figure out if... so 649, I mean I should be able to do this in my head. I think that is 5% more than 500. How do we do that? So that's 501 divided by 649. Yeah, okay, so we would have won here, and with every passing second we would have won more. We did have the favorable thing here, so the question is whether or not he could have pushed back and gotten these back and brought it maybe to a draw, but I don't think he could have. I think that this attack here cleared him out, and we could have, at the very least, like if this was going on for longer, built up again. The question is if he pushed here and got a +2. I don't know. More AMX is just spilling forward, but yeah, so these 3 tanks are the heroes of the game. This ACAV and these 2 Command M1A1 Abrams, pretty epic, rolling across this road of death here, and you can see all the broken down remnants of vehicles as they pushed across here and saved me this battle. So at this point my opponent, Trash Sultan, does resign, and that's the game. So I did lose more than I killed, which shouldn't be the case for 11th ACR versus a French division. Like, it should be that he has to lose more but like win in the end, but I lost more. His KD was better. The A10s didn't do great. This one got an AMX and a Roland, which are good kills. Those are good kills. I think that Roland was also later in the game. This A10 killed a Dragon Perez, which is good. Those have sniper rifles, they're good. That's a good kill. A Mirage, which is good. So this one did pay for itself. A AMX Milan and one of those machine guns, which I think are worth like 25 points, so that's not too good. Interestingly, these... no, I take that back. Yeah, this one killed a Milan. So one thing I learned with the A10 rush is use your F-16 to strafe the fighter jets, to strafe stuff on the ground for sure. Definitely going to add that in. Siad did get actually a fair amount of kills. I'm not sure how much each of these are worth. M1A1A Cav, as usual, did great. Lots of important kills there. Other than that, nothing really stood out that much except those, I think this is one of the heroes of the last push. For my opponent, this Milan, those aren't like crucial losses. And look, each of these are 25 points. That's honestly worth it for the vision that they give to lose it to an ATGM. That's ammo that he has to move forward. That's not being used on an M1 Abrams. I think these are good. There are people who may disagree with me, and I am a noob, so don't hold me to this. Grenadier Voltigeur did very well. AMX 30 got a lot of infantry kills. Milan pretty strong. These Grenadier Voltigeur seem good. M1A1 ACAV, that's a huge kill. M1A1 Abrams, that's a huge kill. M3A2 Bradley, that's a medium-sized kill. And then Dismounted Troopers, that's a medium-sized kill. So this one did very well. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. If you've made it to the end here, I'll just say now, if you have any replays that you want me to commentate, just let me know down in the comments and try to coordinate with me and I'll do it. I like watching Warno games. Sometimes I can't help myself but give my opinion on what should or shouldn't have been done, so bear that in mind. But if you don't want that, just let me know. If you don't care, then that's fine as well. Anything's fine. Peace and love and harmony, and see you guys.